Thursday. Well, Dad is really serious about me taking on more responsibility, and the first thing he wants me to do is start waking myself up in the morning. That's actually a real problem because I depend on him to wake me up. That's the way we've been doing it for years, and I really don't see any reason to change things now. Dad said that if I don't learn to wake myself up with an alarm clock, then I'm not going to know how to do it when I go off to college. But I always figured that would be the way me and Dad would stay in touch. Yesterday was the first day I tried to wake myself up, and it didn't go out so well. My alarm went off and all, but the sound just worked its way into my dream. And today didn't go any better. I set my alarm to radio and tuned it to a classical music station because I didn't want to hear that annoying beep first thing in the morning. But the music didn't wake me up either. The problem is, without an actual human being waking me up, my brain is always going to find some excuse to keep sleeping. But I think I might have figured out a solution to this alarm clock situation. I found one of those old-style wind-up clocks in the storage room today, and those clocks make a huge racket when they go off. I tested it out to see if it still worked, and sure enough, it did. I don't think anyone could sleep through a noise like that. The only problem is that the clock doesn't have a snooze bar, so I'm worried I'll shut it off and fall back asleep. So tonight, I hid the clock under my bed. This way, when the alarm goes off, I'll have to get up to find the clock, and then I'll be up for the day. Friday. It turns out the new alarm clock caused some new problems. With that wind-up clock ticking under my bed, I felt like I was sleeping on top of a bomb that was about to go off. So the stress kept me awake half the night. I sleepwalked through my day at school, which was fine until we had an assembly. We were lined up to go into the auditorium, and I was leaning against the wall. But I must have fallen asleep for half a second because my hand slipped and I accidentally set off the fire alarm. The whole school had to evacuate, and 3 minutes later there were a bunch of fire trucks out front. After they found out there was no fire, they let everyone back into the school. The principal got on the loudspeaker and said that whoever set off the alarm was going to be suspended and that they should turn themselves in. I don't know much, but what I do know is that you shouldn't announce what the punishment is going to be before you ask people to turn themselves in. So I decided it would be smart to keep quiet and let this all blow over. After third period, a rumor started going around school that the fire alarm squirts out invisible liquid when you pull the handle, and that the teachers had some sort of special X-ray wand they could use to see the liquid on somebody's hand. So it was only a matter of time before they found the culprit. Then everyone started wondering if it was the teachers who started the rumor, and it was just a trick to see which kid would go to the bathroom first to wash his hands. So that got everyone really paranoid. Then nobody would go to the bathroom, and everyone who actually needed to go decided to just hold it until the end of the day. The principal eventually had to shut the school down early because nobody was washing their hands, and we're right in the middle of flu season. Mom was off at the library studying, so I had to call Dad at work and ask him to come pick me up from school early, and he didn't seem too happy about it. But if he didn't make me wake myself up, none of this would have even happened.